Alright, so I am back, and today we are going to be taking a look at the next giveaway figure, DX9 Tyrant. So here's this packaging. It's kind of got that retro type feel, render, kind of like the Carry figure did. Let me see here. But as you see, it's a much bigger box. So yeah, cool little nod to Star Trek right there, in case you guys didn't catch that. We got a Unicron, I belong to nobody, which is what he says in the movie, right before Unicron put him in his place. We've got an image of Cyclonus here, which makes me hopeful that we're going to get a Cyclonus. Scourge here. Hopeful that we're going to get a DX9 Scourge. Just warning stuff there. And then on the back, we got the product images. And you don't know the power of the dark side. So we've got Transformer with the Transformer quote. Star Trek nod right there. And a Star Wars nod right there. This is the epitome of a geek box. It hits everything for me. I love it. So, here is the figure. And I was going to just try and just get away with just doing that cannon to bot mode. But after transforming it, I realized I need to do the full transformation for you guys. It has to be done. Because there are some issues with the instructions that I wanted to show off. But we'll show off everything he comes with first. As always, he does come with the little collector's card. So if you collect those, great. If not, who cares? He's got his instruction manual, which I will be referring to while I'm doing the transformation. Just to let you know, he is a very complicated transformer, but not to the point where I'm like, oh my god, I hate this thing. It's a nice complicated. Couple clearance issues if you follow the instructions to the T. And then we got a poster of Galvatron. Again, it's a nice poster. It didn't get as destroyed as the Carry one did. This is not quite the same material. It's a little bit of better material, but still, it's all creased up, so it's kind of sucks. I kind of would prefer if they just didn't send these things with it. And he's got two barrels. So he's got this clear one with these specs in it, and then he's got the gold one. And other than that they're identical. And if you open up the gold one here, you can see it's got an additional piece inside, and it's a flashlight. It is a flashlight for all sakes and purposes. I mean, it is just like my actual flashlight, only smaller, with only 3 LED bulbs, and it's got a little push button on the back, and mine's got on the side, and this one's on the back. And you can take this, and what you got to do is this will fit into here. Press this button here, cannon lights up, and you can plug it into his arm. It does come with batteries, but the batteries do have a little paper cover over it, so you do have to open it up to pull that paper cover out so that the lights will work. And I haven't tried this, but I'm assuming that you can take the clear cannon apart. Yeah. And yeah, you can do it that way. I'm not a fan of the clear cannon. I'm also not a fan of the light up gimmick, but it came with the batteries and it works, and it doesn't seem to hinder the robot any way, shape, or form. So as far as I'm concerned, that it works. I mean, it works. That's all I can really say. But yeah, you do have the option of the cannons. This just tabs in on the side right here. There's just a plug right here that you just plug it into, and you just depending on which one you prefer, or if you're insane, which is perfectly fine too, you can go to 2 barrels. Yeah. So I'm gonna set this off to the side here. He also does come with the leader, or the matrix of leadership. No light up feature that's sitting on this thing. Now the chain doesn't come attached to it, so you gotta attach the chain. Once you attach the chain, it's attached. It's not coming off. It's just on these regular little clips. But the clearance on it is so tight that you barely get them on. So getting them off, you're gonna start damaging the plastic. You can open up the matrix like this, which. Although it's cool to have a matrix that opens that like this, I kind of wish it didn't open because he couldn't open it. So that would have been cool. But seriously, that is like getting right down there and gritty with nitpicky. But he's just on a chain, and you can just put it over his head. There you go. All right, now let's get into the bot himself, because this thing is amazing. So it's got it's got the ratcheted hips. We're gonna mention those real quick because you're gonna see me struggling with them a little bit. But as you can see, it's like, okay, that's as far out as it goes, and then click, click, click. So straight up, and then if you go one click out, you got a pretty wide A stance. It's a little unfortunate. I kind of wish they would have been able to get another click in there. But anyway, let's get on to the rest of the posability here. Moving on to the head. It is on the swivel at the top. It does hinge up and down. So you get a good down. Get a decent up. Shoulders, ratchets up and down, swivels in and out. There's another hinge here with this whole transformation, so you get a little bit extra mobility there. The biceps swivel. He's got a rotator in the elbow, and then a double bend elbow. So you get a good range of motion there. Hand is on a ball joint. Now, this is one of those things I don't like it, just because I just don't like it. But thumb is on a ball joint. Each finger is on a ball joint. Just look at those tiny little ball joints. I mean, those things are just tiny. And each finger hinges. So I will definitely say use caution with these hands. Luckily, it's not one of those hands. He's not a figure that you're gonna have to be putting things in his hands. So it's a little bit better than some other ones. Yeah, there we go. He does have a waist swivel. Like I said, the hips, the skirts kind of move out of the way. You kind of have to finagle them, but the legs do go all the way out. Let's see how well balanced he is. If you work on it, you can definitely get him pretty well balanced. There is a thigh swivel. This one seems to get a little stuck there. This one just rotates all the way around. There's something that gets caught. I think it's like a piece of flash inside the joint. So, oh, and the legs do go up that far and back that far. You can hear, it almost sounds like there's a ratchet in there. But if there is, it doesn't do anything for the figure because it feels like just a universal joint. Nice ratcheted knee. The feet are on hinges, so you get full ankle rocker there. They go all the way back that far. Do the transformation, then go all the way up like this. You can even pop them out of place and get them all the way up like that. So, yeah, really, really cool. Just menacing figure. He's got some nice paint on his face. Little red accents on his crest here. Looks like Galvatron. I wish he did come with like an alternate face where he's like screaming. You know, he doesn't have a lot of paint. Now if you're one of those sticklers that, oh man, I need lots of paint on my figures, he doesn't have a lot. But where it is applied, it's pretty well done. And no paint on the die-cast pieces. I find that odd. Alright, so let's get into the transformation. Now, the transformation can be a bear, like I said. You know, you have been warned. This thing is not easy. It's not like I'm going to throw this against the wall, because everything has its place on this transformation. So as long as you're doing things right. Now the instructions there's certain points in the instructions where it's like, okay, you know, here's step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, you know, all that. But sometimes step 3 shouldn't be done until you're done with 4 and 5. And then you can go back and finish 3. So hopefully I'll be able to show this off. Now, if you get the first edition of this figure, which is the first wave of releases, these hip skirts here are reversed. This is the quality control issue that they've mentioned. So they're just on ball joints. You just pop them out, just like that, and you'll flip them. I already did it, but and you just flip them around. This one should go on this side, and this one goes on this side. You can tell by the little slot. It's supposed to face forward. So be mindful of that. Otherwise, it will give you a headache when you get to this portion of it. All right, so first thing we're going to do is rotate the waist around. And then we're going to work on the top section. Open up this panel here. Just like so. And you rotate the hand around so the back of the hand is facing inwards. Now, there's a tab right in there that this slot will peg into. Now this is where these fingers get irritating because you have to kind of keep them out of the way because you got to put some pressure on there. There you go. To lock it in place, especially that first time. And then rotate these fingers in like that, and then you can close that gap up. Same thing over here. First time I did it really took a lot of pressure, but the instructions tell you to close up the fist before you move it in there, and I would definitely advise against that. Because you gotta be able to push on that palm to get it locked in, and so you don't want to put that pressure on those fingers. All right, so there is that. Then we want to take this piece here, fold this down, and then we take the chest piece here, and it unclips right there, just right in the middle here, and then you'll take this whole assembly. This back assembly here, and it will feed through the chest just like this. Alright. You want to push this from the inside, push this top part of the gray piece up right here, and then you can flip this up, and that gives us a little bit more clearance. Alright. Next thing we want to do is we want to pull the head up and pull these silver pieces out. These things are really tight toleranced. Not scary tight, but noticeably tight. Take the head and it folds around. Come on. Now, try and move this down a little bit. And you want to get the head to rotate down into the chest cavity here. And you just kind of have to finagle these hinges in order to do it right. Like so. Then pull this back open, and you want to take the head here and hinge it down and keep it kind of flush with this. Now the instructions tell you to push the head down, but it doesn't tell you to keep it up like this. This is one of those steps where it's like if you just push the head down into the chest cavity, you're not going to be able to get the arms where they need to be when you get to that step. The head's going to be in the way. So you want to get the head out of the way before you start working on the arms. So to take the arms here, we rotate them up. Take these sections here, and they will untab. Oh, here's another critical one. They forgot to mention this in the instructions. Take this piece here and rotate it down. It's on a tiny little hinge, and it doesn't really tab into place, but it does hold this whole tread assembly. So if you don't watch out for that, you're gonna end up breaking something. So rotate this around like that, and rotate this around like that. Alright, now we want to take the arms here, and they fold up like this. You want to, like this maybe? No, it's like this. Rotate it like that. Yeah. And the goal here, let me double check the configuration on those arms. Okay. So shoulder joint up, elbow joint down, right? No, elbow joint up, and then this point down. That's why there's a hinge in the middle of the elbow. Then this will be able to come up like that. All right, so again, shoulder up, elbow, top half of the elbow up, bottom half of the elbow down. So up like this. And then you take these arms and you'll get them, you gotta get them inside this chest cavity like this. So you see if you just had swiveled that head in there, there'd be no place for it, for these arms, and that was giving me all sorts of headache. Moving these pieces out of the way, and you just kind of gotta fold them in, and just kind of try and do your best, I guess. It's kind of hard to do. Again, it's not a fun transformation. It's not a bad transformation by any means. It's complicated. I would say it's fun, actually. I take that back. It is fun because you're sitting here. It's brings back memories of having that difficulty of transforming something. All right, so now you got it like this. Take these pieces here. You push down on this, and that will really reveal a little tab right inside there. That'll plug into the back of the forearm right there. So you bring this down, tab it in, just like so. Just like so. Close that up. we can close this piece here and this piece here up. Actually, we want to leave this one out. Okay. Now in these legs, or in these treads here, you move this one forward and then rotate this one in. So, forward and in. Alright. Now the legs are another beast altogether. It's best to just tackle these things two separate pieces at a time. So you take this piece here, fold this up, straighten it out. You know, instructions are like, okay, pull it all the way up. You don't want to pull all the way up. You want it about right here. And then these skirt pieces, what you have to do is move the legs back. They don't show you that. And these things will come up like this. And you're supposed to fold them out just like that. Now, that's what the instructions say, but you actually have got pieces that go underneath them, so you want to kind of keep them out of the way. Rotate the legs out to the sides like this, and then you want to take this piece here, and it's on a double hinge, and it just rotates up. Come on. No, it rotates down. I'm sorry. Alright, rotates down like that. You want to open up. This panel here opens up. And take this piece here. This will untab. Rotates out. This piece here will rotate out like so. Rotate this piece up. And then inside, it's hard to see, but inside this leg piece right here, there's a little tab, and you just have to rotate that out. And it's really hard to show on camera, but you see how it, and now, so you just rotate that all the way out like that. All right, now take the feet. This will rotate down like that. Rotate the toe down like so. This will rotate up like this, and I think you need to just kind of keep that out of the way for the moment. Rotate it, and then this will come around, and you just kind of wrap the circular part around, and there's a clip right here. They'll plug into this pin that's right back here, just like so. All right, this will fold all the way down, and then you can see that it had a tab right in there, and then the feet will fold up against the body like this, so they form like the center of the barrel, or of the cannon. Now you want to do the same thing on this foot here. So untab it. Or untab this piece first. This folds out. This will fold out like this. This piece here rotates down like that. Fold this up. This rotates out to the side. Make sure this purple piece is all the way down like that. This will come around. Things get a little tight here because you got the one, or let's do the feet first. You got the one leg in place, so it's kind of tight to get the second one. This is all really tight joints, so you have to kind of fiddle with it a little bit. All right. And now this comes around like so. Trying to keep these pieces here out of the way, as you can see. Fold that down. Legs clip in together right there, and then there's a tab right back here that'll plug in just like so. Whew. Alright, fold these feet just up against the body. These don't really have a place to tab in, but they're tight enough that they're gonna be just fine. And then fold these purple pieces down together. And then this will just fold up. And they're supposed to tab in. As you see, I got a little bit of a crease because I probably did something slightly wrong. But we're not going to focus on that. But you guys get the idea of what you're supposed to do. Then you take these pieces here, and these just rotate. Just like that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now we can take this piece that the instructions said to put in place, quite a while ago, and now we can take it and plug it in. And there's a plug a hole right back there that this plug will plug into, just like that. Treads come down, and then the last piece, fold this back in. Come on. Come on. Why are you giving me difficulties now? What are you doing? Why is this not working? There we go. Yeah, I'm mindful of that head. There's so many little pins and joints right here that you gotta just be careful on that. Alright, now, barrel. Extend the handle. Rotate this around like so. Fold this piece down. Clip it together. There's two little tabs right here and here. The instructions say, this is already closed and it just plugs in. It doesn't. You have to kind of clip it up like this and rotate it down. And there is Galvatron in his cannon mode. Whew. Like I said, it's a bear. It is an absolute bear to transform. It's a fun transformation just because in the end it looks right. It all looks correct, except for I did something wrong with this foot here, but for the most part it looks just so good as a cannon. You can't really rotate it to get it like an up and down look, but yeah, there you go. Whew. It is interesting. And just to give you an idea of the size of the cannon, here is the MP10 mold. You can take it like, you can run it kind of like a turret. So you can do that if you want. Don't know why you would, but you can. Alright, now let's get back into robot mode. We still got a lot of stuff to cover. So open, rotate, close, flip back. We're good. Open this up. take this piece here and fold this up out of the way. Get the head out of the way. Take the feet and get those opened up a little bit. I'll fold this back and untap there. Get these pieces kind of out of the way, and then you're able to pull these legs back down. Oh. Rotate it out and then untap from there. Then rotate it down. Come on. Why are you... Oh, there we go. Alright. Let's take this panel here, rotate it up. For some reason it wants to get caught on that thing. Like I said, I think there's just a piece of flash in there or something that's catching it up. Fold this down. Fold this over. Oh, flip this piece here down like that. This will lock in. This will lock in this way. Tab that in. Rotate the heel back into place. Ow. So, and rotate that there. Like I said, there's some great tolerance there. Doesn't feel like it's gonna break, but it barely moves sometimes. And then just fold that in, just like that. Same thing on this side. So open that up. Open this up. Flip this piece here down. Rotate this around. Flip this purple piece up. Rotate the leg. This comes around. Oh, come on. What now? It's not right. There we go. What are you doing? Why is this doing this? Oh, because the pin came out. Okay. Is that broken? There we go. Nope, not broken. Just the pen came out a little bit. Alright, so now fold this over, tab that in. Alright, so unlike a Polyon where if something goes wrong while you're transforming it, it looks like this is a pretty easy flip or fix. Alright, and this will pull out like that. Yeah, this pin right here just popped out. That was it. Alright. Rotate the legs back so you can get these hip skirts back over here. Fold this down, fold this up. Pay no attention to the dogs in the background. I've made it too far in this video to stop it now. Alright, fold this up. Get these out of the way. Pull the arms out. Just like that. Just like that. Take the head, this will flip forward. And out. It's exhausting. Fold these pieces down. This will then slide through the chest cavity, just like so, all the way. And we want to take these pieces here, fold this purple piece up, this silver piece in, this piece here will fold out. These fucking dogs. This will rotate around like that. Do the same thing over here. Get the arms up and out of the way. Oh my God. Fold that out, fold this back. This will rotate around, just like so. We want to actually leave this open a little bit, actually. And then we pull this assembly all the way back through, like this. And then put your finger in here so you can push this all the way down, because this little tab has to plug into this slot right here. Just like that. Alright, now this goes back. This rotates up. Rotate up. Rotate the waist around. We're almost there. Use the hands, open this piece here up, and then you want to pull the hands out, close it up. There we go. Hand out, down, rotate this, push the head back into place. This will tab in there, and then there's a slot right here that this tab here will plug into, just like that. Situate the shoulders how you want them. Just do straight up and down. And then give him back his barrel. Just like that. And alright, let's get into some size comparisons. Good grief. Alright, So here he is with the Masterpiece car. So you see how he's towers over them, about twice the size. So that's, I would say that's about right. And I went ahead and grabbed the actual MP10, not just the Year of the Snake one. As you can see, he is about half a head taller than Optimus Prime, and that's about where I think he should be. Here he is with Carrie, and he's almost a head taller than him, so that looks good too. Looks real nice. I had some requests of other figures to have them stand up next to. So here is the Combine Wars Megatron with the Moonshoe Megatron. You can see he's about half head taller. Here he is with the Combine Wars Starscream. So that looks nice. Those guys look good together. And here he is with Soundwave. And here he is with Shockwave. Alright, now. So all in all, the figure's great. It's an awesome figure. Paint and plastic quality's top notch. My issues with it are the transformation. It is a pain to do. It's not overly complicated, and it doesn't feel unnatural when you're moving it. Clearance issues if you follow the instructions to a T, but outside of that, not too many issues with the actual transformation. It's just complicated. It's a good transformation. They did a good job with it, making it unique, and without just taking their unique toys one and upscaling it. It's not something I'm gonna take off the shelf fitty tapes soon and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna mess with him. But outside of that, he's pretty cool. My nitpicks, and that's it. That's all I have with him. Because while the transformation's a bear, it's still, it's still fun and intuitive. My nitpicks are the hands. I don't like those individually posed fingers. I prefer like their Carrie here, who had the one for all three base fingers, and then one finger that had two knuckles, just straight pinned, no ball joints or anything like that. I prefer that, but that's personal preference, so I guess I can't go too far on it. And this little tiny slot right there that's kind of triangled for a Decepticon logo. I mean, come on. This is leader of the Decepticons. He needs a spot that takes up like this whole section right here of his chest. A lot of people were saying he looked very big, barrel-chested. He's not any worse than Shockwave at all. Actually, he's a little bit slimmer than Shockwave, I'd say. So, but yeah, outside of those two little nitpicks, and that's all I have. For rating, I give him a 10 out of 10. I think he's awesome, absolutely incredible. I love this figure. I can't recommend him enough. So go get him, and get him now. And then, real quick here, right after this video, we'll do the giveaway.